Here we are. This is Breaking Free Speech, the official podcast of Breaking Free Skatepark. We are actually in Breaking Free Skatepark right now. Let's go ahead and let's get it. I'm here today at the skate park because it would be inappropriate to invite you to my house.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I didn't realize that when I first did this, and I was like, oh wait, I can't just invite random people's children to my house. That's not good.
Yeah.
So we brought the whole rig here to the skate park, and it worked. I plugged everything here. I can't believe it. We're going. We're actually live on Instagram right now. We're going to stream this. This podcast will probably be up on Wednesday. And I'm here with, why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Aliyah Townsend.
Hi, I'm Lauren Devine.
You guys need to chill. You're all like shaky. Relax.
I'm like...
I had like a gigantic iced coffee before I came here.
This is like a normal conversation with Wrench. It's just like hanging out at the skate park, you know?
Except we're recorded and we're speaking into a mic.
Yeah, just pretend like the cameras aren't there.
Okay.
Okay.
Just pretend.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
cool. How you guys doing?
Okay.
Good?
Got my boot off today.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good. There's some skating going on in the background. I hope it's not too loud. We'll see when I get on the computer what it actually seems like, but we can play it from there. Yeah, so what's today?
Today is Monday.
You're going to get a little close to that.
March 18th.
Yeah, but more specifically, within the context of BFS, what's today?
Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day.
Today is the 2nd anniversary of Ladies' Nights.
And you guys are ladies?
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't want to assume your gender.
I'd
I know
like
it's
to think that I'm
20. I said
I'm a lady.
2018.
Almost.
How can I know what gender you are if I don't even know what year it is?
Good question.
Jeez. So one of the reasons I initially invited you guys on is because there was a little misunderstanding in the Clark Local Lines podcast, and Lauren yelled at me.
Yeah.
What did you think? So what did we say?
We just noticed that...
Get
I get closer. Sorry.
Yeah.
We just noticed that at some points you were talking about how just girls were sitting out or something like that, and just girls maybe weren't invested in it as boys were. So we just got a little bit like, oh well, we all can enjoy the skate park.
Did you watch the Sign-In podcast?
I did, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I realized that my mistake was that, like when I was saying it, I realized that it could have been if you only heard it within the context of just that podcast, it could be construed that way. And now I'm moving forward going to if that pops in my head like, oh, like we said earlier, you know, and I totally understand what you're saying. But in that other podcast, I just made fun of everyone.
Yeah.
But that's like my thing. I'm like tough love. I like to basically make fun of you. Like, you're gonna quit. You're not gonna stick with it. And you're like, I am. And I'm like, all right, sure. You know, that's just how it works for me. It's like a tough love kind of thing. I don't think you guys are going to bail or anything, although you probably are.
I like to think I'm pretty dedicated with certain things.
You know, the real sad truth about riding is most people bail.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm over the age of 30 and I ride, and that puts me in very rare company.
Hey, good for you.
I guess. But, you know, I'm glad you guys ride.
Thank you.
Me too.
Now, here's my question with that. How big a role did Ladies' Night play in your continued ridership, if any, entirely? Give me take a deep breath and think. Is that entirely the reason? Is it half the reason? Did it get you into it and then we kept you into it? What do you think?
I think like one of the first few times I came here, it was once like an actual ladies' night, and at that ladies' night, I felt like I don't know how to explain.
Get nice and close to that mic.
Like I had like more of an opportunity to use the skate park to benefit me with skating.
I always remembered you because you were real swaggy, and your grandpa's real swaggy too.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, where do these people come from?
Drip swag.
For me, I don't know, I always liked snowboarding and stuff, and I was like, oh, hey, why not skateboard? So I went to Crudco, and Aaron was there, and he was like, oh, come to ladies' night. And I was like, oh, sure, why not? So that was the first time I ever came, and like the second I came in, I was just floored by how kind and genuine and sweet everybody was. And it's just, Ladies Night has kept me here because it seems like it's just a great environment of girls that all support each other. It's just so important nowadays to have that.
For sure. I definitely remember both of you vividly early on because you both you have quite the personalities.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of the female riders I tend to remember because maybe it's just because, generally boys are kind of the same and generally girls are kind of the same. And when there's 100 boys coming and 12 girls coming, I'm more likely to remember you. But you guys, your personalities all seem to radiate more than some of the boys do. Like most of the teenage boys that come here, the ones I remember, it's because they tend to bug me from time to time,
Yeah.
I always tell parents, I'm like, if I remember your kid, it means either he comes here a lot and he's great, or he comes here a lot and he's horrible.
Yeah.
If I don't remember your kid's name, it means he comes here and he skates and does his thing and then he leaves. And I'm like, oh, later, dude. Like, I say the only reason I know your first name is if I'm yelling it at you.
Yeah. Definitely.
So how long you guys been skating?
Over a year now.
I started over the summer. Yeah, I'm pretty recent.
That's crazy. It's been 2 years for Ladies Night.
I know.
Scarlett said this is the longest running Ladies Night of its type.
Well, that's great.
I don't know how I'd research that. And I know other parks do like an annual Ladies Night, like once a year.
Yeah.
But monthly is pretty good. I'm anticipating tonight to be pretty busy.
Yeah, it usually is pretty busy. Just like I see a lot of new riders here too, like for the first time.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, let's try to get that nice and close to you.
Hello.
Yeah, for the people listening, if you haven't been to Ladies Night, it means you probably aren't a lady.
Sorry.
And, I would say on average, Ladies Nights, depending a lot on weather conditions and the time of the year, there'll be between 25 and 35 girls, and I'm really anticipating this one to like kind of blow the other ones out of the water.
Yeah, especially since like we've been advertising this one more and more.
And lots of free stuff.
Yeah. So are you involved with the Ladies Skate Night Instagram?
Sort of, kind of, not really.
Who is that?
It's Lydia Byers.
Oh, it is?
And now that's ladies_skate_night, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found out she was running it because like she was trying to hide her phone from me in the car once, and I was
Wait,
like,
so one of the ladies is hiding the Ladies Skate Night from the ladies? Ooh.
yeah, because she's trying to keep it like on the low.
Yeah.
Oh, great job.
When I first saw it, I thought maybe it was Scarlett, and then I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, yeah.
It's like, this doesn't make sense at all. Because she promotes it all through the Flower Pelicans.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what kind of skateboard decks do you guys ride?
I don't really know.
I think yours is a primitive. Because it's the Oscar the Grouch one.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good question. I know I got mine from Credco, and it says hella cool on the bottom, and that's all I know about it.
I got my board from here.
Oh.
So tell me your favorite aspect of skateboarding.
Do you want to go, or should I?
Failing at something.
I know
it
failing?
sounds weird, but I just like failing at something because like it just helps me work harder on it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. What about you?
For me, at least, I happen to struggle with a lot of mental health issues and stuff, and I find that skateboarding is just a great way to like release some of that stress and anxiety and depression that I can feel a lot. I find a great environment, community here, and that just really, really helps with that.
My second podcast called Wrench Life is all about mental health, and physical health. And that a lot of the influence for that came from, I ride BMX. I actually skated longer than I rode.
Yeah.
But I had a skateboard as a kid, and I messed around with it, and then I got into bikes, and I was like, oh, this is my thing, But yeah, the whole, like you said, failing, trying it over and over and over. When you the more you fail at a trick, the better it feels when you finally land it, and that's and the fact that that's working toward an eventual goal. Like I do this trick, then that trick, and you'll never do a varial kickflip if you can't do a kickflip well.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Also, a big part of mental health that comes with skateboarding is the risk management involved. That really is something that helps when in moments of high stress. That's what helps you. Okay.
Yeah.
Like when you're about to try that trick and you're like, there's all this danger, I could fall, I might not land it. It's like, okay, and then you try it. That relates to the same thing when you're dealing with all types of anxiety.
Yeah, when I do that, I usually listen to music.
A lot of people use music to get pumped up. I never listen to music when I ride. Sometimes when I get really frustrated when I'm filming, I used to listen to, this is really funny,
Oh no.
random old Lady Gaga song called Brown Eyes. It's like a piano ballad. It's like, I think it's on her first album. That was like this, when I was like trying to land a trick, I couldn't get it. I get so bad, I just put on a nice piano riff, and I'd be like, okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. So what tricks you guys working on?
Nothing currently. Like today's gonna be my first.
Oh, yeah, because
day.
you've been hurt for a while.
Yeah.
So what'd you do to your?
I was here, but
Yeah.
like I wasn't riding.
Yeah. What'd you do? You hurt your foot?
Yeah, I had 2 hairline fractures in my ankle.
What happened?
So
Uh-oh, here it comes. What happened?
yes. So my close and dear friend Lydia Byers, not to snitch, but she did run into the back of me, and I went flying. And it swelled up pretty big.
Did you like roll your ankle, or you said you didn't recall?
Not really sure.
Did it hurt?
Yeah,
You handled it like a champ.
I hope.
I've seen some grown men not handle that so well. How long have you been off the board?
A month.
Damn. I'd lose my freaking mind. I've been trying to take it easy. I hurt my knee, and just riding less, I'm going crazy.
Yeah, just like being here kind of helped with the.
Are you afraid you lost
Urge.
anything while you're out of the game?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I think you'll be fine. What about you?
I actually was out for a long time. I was out, I'd say a month and a half. Like, yesterday was my first day back, and I went to go, I went to go drop in, and I face planted. So, literally on the mini ramp, too, which, so that was great.
Well, you're part of something, and yeah, you just come back.
Yeah,
Takes.
it's hard to
work.
come back.
Isn't dropping in terrifying?
Yeah.
No.
It's crazy. Like I could drop in. Like I don't even really think about it. I'd probably stress it if I was in like the 7 foot, but like anything else. But then I go to drop in, switch, and I'm like,
Oh my.
it's crazy. It's crazy how terrifying 3 feet can be.
Oh yeah.
That's a really common thing that happens. People come in here and they're like, "Nah, I'll be fine," and then they get up there. They go up the first ramp here. It's like literally 24 inches, and they're like, it's terrifying.
It is.
Yeah. Like the day of me breaking my ankle, over back there were these kids. Where I met Ella. I don't know if you recall her, but yeah.
Yeah, I know
And
Ella.
then there was this boy. I don't remember his name, and he was dropping in, and then I came over and tried to help him, give him a few pointers, and then like I felt like he got more confidence in himself, and then he got it, and then he dropped in over here. He was
That's
rolling
awesome.
in down there. It was just amazing.
I've been doing a ton of skate lessons. Like the rates in which people call for lessons is going up. I'm doing almost one a Saturday, every Saturday, and I've been doing 2 on a bunch of Saturdays. And a lot of times I'm teaching kids how to drop in. And one of the things for me is like I don't really like I don't like physical contact with people. Like it weirds me out. It's like one of my things. Like I had in my teen years, I had all this family stuff, and I like just pushed everything away. And I was like, I don't need anybody. And like one of the lingering effects of that part of my life is like just holding hands is like freaking me out. And everyone's like, I see people teaching other people to drop in, and they do this hand holding thing. And I was like, I don't know. And like it was a hurdle I had to get over so I could hold people's hands to do it, and it works incredibly well.
Yeah.
We like hold hands and we drop in, and then we go to one hand, and then we do like just touching fingertips, and then it's like your hands are almost touching, and like that little bit gives people so much confidence.
I remember Paige and I were like linking pinkies when I was learning how to do it.
Like,
You're barely touching, and like
Just
that little
in
bit
case,
makes a
just
world
in
of a
case, yeah.
difference.
Yeah, like Cassandra and Lydia. That's like how they started first teaching me. We had to hold hands, and then like Lydia was like a smidge better than me, but I still like had to help her and hold her hand.
Wow. So who is the best? Which one of you girls in the girl crew, who's the best?
I think it's like we all have our strengths. Like
Oh,
Vivian,
that's the diplomatic answer I was hoping for.
Vivian is like really good at air outs because like that's
her thing.
Yeah.
I seem
Paige
to
is like
recall seeing
amazing
that.
at the mini. It's like
Yeah.
we all have our little.
Paige is insanely dedicated.
Yeah.
It's so admirable.
She's been trying to do this one trick that me and Lydia have done, and like she's really dedicated to it, and like I'll see her just like on the mini like the whole session.
Yeah, I spent years like filming, and I'm a really technical bike rider, and I've like through trying to film video parts, I've literally tried tricks for like I've counted over 100 tries without taking a break. So when she makes that look like nothing. It's like crazy. Like I would eventually I'd give up, and she just keeps going. That's like
I can't.
I think it's just like
you throw in the towel. You're like, I'm done.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
over.
it takes me 2 tries, and I'm like, I'm gonna go sit on the couch.
I think this is like
good
her
couch.
support system. Like
for
you'll
sure.
see her dad up here, like cheering her on. Me, we're all down there like taking turns, like giving pointers. Pointing.
A lot of you female riders seem like you have really cool parents. Because there is a stigma that a lot of people, like, they see skateboarding and they're like, oh, that's really dangerous, you know? So a lot of like kind of like normal plain parents are like, I don't know about that, you know? And if they're gonna do one, like, well, why don't you try the scooter? It's safer.
Yeah, like
Ooh, shots fired.
I've been dancing.
You are fake news.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I meant to do the rude one.
Don't be rude.
Whatever.
I'm sorry. But like,
Did you guys ever ride scooters?
I had a Razor scooter.
Sounds sharp.
yeah, me
Oh
too.
yeah, I remember I had a Razor scooter and I was going down a big hill. I flipped over the handlebars. I still have a scar on my head, and I haven't scootered since. It's a terrible day.
Scooting is really actually pretty hard.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm way
that's what-
better at skating. Like I can get out with my skateboard and I could like go in and like I could learn a new trick and it's fun. I try to ride the scooter. It's like so hard and I end up falling way harder. It doesn't even make sense. There's handlebars. Why should I fall? It's like no, it doesn't
Yeah,
work
like
for me.
I was watching Alex and Fox one day, and I'm like, this looks way harder than skateboarding.
Fox is really good.
Yeah.
He's got so much swag. God, I wish I had that much swag. I'm twice as old and I have half as much swag. Yeah. I'm not really primed for skating. I have like a really, like, when BMX, there's like 2 kinds of riders. Or it's not like 2 black and white. It's like a spectrum, obviously.
Yeah.
But you have riders who are all finesse. And that's like skating. It's all finesse. And then you have riders who are all muscle. Muscle doesn't really work in skateboarding. Well, you know, in 2020, skateboarding is in the Olympics. And, you know, women's. So basically the whole world is going to see men and women skateboarding and riding BMX on the same stage as dance or gymnastics, which is incredible. And I really see women closing the gap in skateboarding quickly because it's so much about fine coordination. It's like, you know, like female gymnasts are probably, I don't really know anything about gymnastics. I'm just assuming female
I did
gymnasts are better.
gymnastics for
Are
a
female
long time.
gymnasts
I'm a
better than male?
gymnastics instructor.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I
Yeah.
did gymnastics for like in between 5 and 7 years.
Oh, wow.
My job is teaching gymnastics. So.
It seems like when it comes to just brute, like, muscle stuff, men have an edge, but when it comes to just fine coordination, like, women just are better at it, and I think in skateboarding, women are going to catch up to men real quick. It's going to be real quick, I think.
Yeah.
To where biking is a whole other thing. There's like a whole... Biking involves more than, like, I'm not saying skating is only your lower half, but it's so much about, like, that connection between your feet and your board and that really fine... It's, like, mind-blowing how fine...
Yeah, it's just
The
tiny.
It's going to be really cool with skateboarding in the Olympics. There's going to be a lot more like instruction, like how they have gymnastics instruction and more research into skateboarding. So you're going to get a lot more analytics and science behind it, and it's going to be really interesting to learn. So hopefully we'll get some physics and like all these toe positions and stuff. You know, you look at like baseball pitching mechanics. It's like that's a whole world. You know.
You like spread your toes out like a frog.
And you know, like in the Olympics, it seems like, for me at least, I don't know, like you see like gymnasts go, and then a bunch of little girls are like, oh, I want to be a gymnast when I grow up. So I'm hoping that happens with skateboarding too. Like a lot of kids are like, hey, I might want to do that more. So.
And the nice thing about skateboarding is it comes with a subculture. I don't know much about gymnastics, but I don't think there's like gymnastics isn't like a subculture. Skateboarding is its own like world. It's its own. It has some of its own rules and its own guidelines. It has its own fashion to it. You know, like you can see someone, you're like, oh, that's a skateboarder. You know, and skateboarding will always have that over BMX and scootering because they're just constantly copying what skateboarding has already been like. Yo, this is cool, and we're like, okay, we'll do that. For sure.
I think it also has like it's like what you're saying, like kind of like its own culture and like background.
Do you follow the Instagram account Girls Who Can't Skate?
No.
Oh, it's just like girls following skateboarding.
Oh, there's
That
a lot of
sounds
those
entertainment.
scooter.
I love
Those
those.
scooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually try to unfollow accounts like that. I feel like I try to filter out a lot of that negativity out of my life. Like it's funny to see people fall occasionally, but like when you're just inundating yourself with that, it's like
Yeah.
I feel like it affects like something like your headspace, you know.
I don't really follow accounts that I don't know the people.
Like Scooter Slam City.
Weren't we just on that one?
Yeah, I submitted it and I got
Get
it.
closer to the mic there.
Yeah, I submitted
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, Riley
and then-
filmed it.
Yeah, Riley filmed it. I submitted
Austin.
it, and then it's on.
Yeah.
Dude, Austin was trying that thing over and over
So
for days, and you kept falling this time.
Oh boy.
Shout out Austin. So, how you guys doing? How you feeling?
All right.
Seem a
Fine.
little bit looser now than when we started.
Yeah, my leg's still shaking.
Yeah.
My leg is always shaking.
What's better, dance or skateboarding?
Skateboarding. I quit out of school dance.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you do that? Is it
Like
recently?
right before I broke my ankle. Like
Wow.
a week before.
How did the parental figures in your life react to that decision?
Well, I mainly talked to my grandpa about it. Because, like, yeah. And then he was like, it's fine. Like, if it's not something that's making you happy, you don't have to do it. And my mom was just, like, also supportive of it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's nice.
I only ever quit one thing. No, I actually never quit. I'm not a quitter. No, I almost quit football when I was a kid. I played 1 year of football. I'm not like an aggressive person. I like could not stand it. I remember I went home and I was like crying and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. My dad was like, it's fine. I mean, like if you want to stop, you can stop. You know, it's like, you know, but you know, we're signed up. You can play the year out. You know, you signed up for it. So, or you can quit. Whatever you want to do is up to you. But you know, if you gave me one of those like, you know, don't quit. You can if you want, but like you kind of let yourself down when you quit. So I'm not saying you let yourself down for quitting dance.
I didn't really care
But
about it anyway. So it's just like.
I don't remember anything about it except for one time someone stepped on me.
Ooh,
That's all.
that's
I have one picture of
that's
me.
retaining.
And me and my brother at was it Pop Warner? I get her football uniform. My dad had a funny mustache. Yeah, good times. Do you play any other sports aside from dance or gymnastics?
Yeah, I'm a runner.
Have I? Or like
Generally.
currently? I basically just am here. I don't.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a runner. I'm on the cross country team.
Get a little closer to the mic.
I am a runner. I
Not
am
that close.
on the cross country team,
Ooh.
and I do like a lot of like I do all like the musicals and stuff.
What kind of
like
running
that.
do you do? Like,
Cross country,
so that's just like long, chilling.
long.
Where do you guys run?
It's a lot of like in parks and stuff like that. So like Powder Mills Park, we mainly practice in.
What kind of distance do you do?
5K. It's always 5K.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's fun. I love it.
I run. It just sucks.
I mean, everyone does.
I run for mental reasons, not physical reasons. Like, it's just so
It
hard.
is so.
I always say the hardest part about running is the moment you decide to actually run.
Yeah.
I just do this like 1.7 mile loop around my block, and I just do it as soon as I wake up.
Yeah, it's
But then
very good. For
I
clearing
overdid
your
it. Now
head
my
and
knee
stuff
hurts
like
because I'm old.
I feel
Falling
like
apart.
really lazy. Like I don't do anything.
I saw this meme once. It was like, running in the morning is a way to ensure that your day can only go uphill or something like that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've never even ran. I think the most I ever ran was. I only ever hit 3 miles.
Oh yeah. That's
Whatever.
not bad.
My buddy Phil, who's an absolute maniac, was
Yeah.
like, he called me and he's like, "Hey, you want to do a half marathon with me?" And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"No, I don't."
Some people are. I don't know how that people do this.
He hasn't ran in 5 years.
Yeah.
He's not a runner. He's like, "I want to do it." And if anyone I know was just going to show up and run a half marathon, it's that dude. He's
Definitely.
crazy.
Yeah.
But that's just, your running is a whole nother world. Like,
It is.
I think you could will yourself through like 3 or 4 miles, but if you haven't ran, like, after a certain point, your muscles are going to be like, "Yo, what are you doing right now?"
Definitely.
I used to run track, but like I stopped again just because like winter came around
Yeah.
and I didn't go back.
Running is probably one of the hardest things I ever tried to do.
Running is hard.
I always played baseball growing up, so I only had to, my like breathing was like 90 feet at a time, or like running down a fly ball, so it was never distance, so I just was breathing, I think just with my mouth.
Oh.
So I tried to run, and I must have ran for 2 months before I could even figure out just like how to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Nose
must
mouth.
have hurt.
I think it's silly when some people think, there's some truth to this though. Some people think that skateboarding is like their cardio exercise. And like depending on how you skate, it might be,
Yeah.
but it's not like, even the slowest you could possibly jog is going to kick your butt compared to skating.
Yeah.
Skating kicks your butt in a different way.
Yeah.
And I think it offers a lot more.
I think it's like
wider spectrum of things.
more like mentally challenging for me. Just for like the challenge of like getting and like.
Well, the thing with running is the second you get up, it's you're like, oh my god. But then skating, like I want to skate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, like doing the next trick, you have it's like running is like big hump. It's fine. Skating's like, oh good. So you're constantly navigating that like. And if you just fall once, all of a sudden everything becomes scary again.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. I've been riding since 2000, right? So I've been riding for almost 20 years, and the first time I go to a new park, it's the same thing. I get that feeling in my stomach. I'm like, kind of rolling around, kind of slow, seeing what's going on. It's crazy. So you guys going pro?
Yeah. No.
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 I don't think so.
I think it's like a hobby I'd like to keep,
Yeah.
but like not for like.
Skateboarding is time consuming. If you really want to get better, you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
go a
Oh,
lot.
it's so hard,
And
yeah.
like I have other things that I want to do other than skateboarding, so I don't think I'll keep doing it.
I don't
mean-
currently.
Well, here's a question for you. If skating is, a hobby, it's another one of those things you enjoy doing. Do you wear pads when you skate? And is that have any relation to the fact that it's like a hobby and you have other things to do?
I'm not really
Rephrase.
following.
So I'll give you an example. A lot of the older guys that come here and skate, that do it in their, that's like their stress relieving activity. A lot of them wear wrist guards because if they were to fall, you could easily jack up your wrist, and then all of a sudden, whatever you do for work, if you're relying on your hands, you can't work.
Yeah.
So someone who does other sports, I believe.
Low battery.
Yeah, killed it. Just
That's
run it
why I
out
went
till it
like
dies.
that.
Yeah, so people that do other sports, like they're more concerned about safety in skateboarding because they don't want it to get in the way of their other hobbies.
Yeah.
Is that something you guys thought about?
I'd say most of my hobbies right now, aren't like as physical as skateboarding. So
Well,
I sort
running.
of just say screw it. I mean, yeah, it's off season for running.
Oh, there's a season for running?
It's in fall. Well, I mean, I do the school team, so it's in fall that the
okay.
running is. So like most of my activities right now aren't as physical. So I sort of say screw it with pads.
I tried out for track in 7th grade, and I strained my quad
Oh.
in the tryout, and that was it. Never again, dude. Never again.
Well, for me, like safety reasons, like I am a dance major at my school, and like dance is like what I go to school for, like what we're gonna do in the long run throughout many years to come. And then, but with safety for me, it's like if I get hurt, I get hurt. It is what it is.
Send it.
Yeah.
Have you guys sent a 9?
No.
All right, so we're gonna finish it up here. We're right about half an hour,
Oh.
which is good length.
That's fast.
Yeah, we could probably get another 10 minutes if we wanted to. But
cool.
so I was gonna ask you guys, what do you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sleep. I don't
I
know.
get that. I get that. Oh boy.
Oh, I guess
we're
we're
at 10%.
yeah. I guess we're gonna.
Oh.
I guess we're gonna kill the live stream because my
Bye,
phone
friends.
can't handle it.
iPhones. Mine.
Oh, geez.
Mine keeps good charge. Yeah.
She got the iPhone XS.
Yeah, let's see.
Damn,
And
dude.
she likes to say that every day.
I don't say it. You
All
guys
the
are
time.
like, you
All
guys
the
are
time. Aliyah with her AirPods.
Oh my gosh. You guys are like, why are you flexing on me so hard? Like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't even bring it up. Like, I can't even use my phone without you guys saying something.
Just kidding. But yeah, for your question, I really like medical stuff. I would really like to go into the medical field if I'm able to. Yeah, I'm involved in a lot of extracurriculars at school. So I mean, I don't know.
I'm not.
But I really
rather
would
not
like
be at
to do
school.
the medical field.
That's a lot of work, medical stuff.
Yeah.
Long hours,
I find it
a lot of
really,
schooling.
really interesting though.
You want to help people?
Yeah. It's important to me.
So, like, that's cool.
That's cool.
I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
That's okay.
Whatever.
Oh well.
Have you thought about college at all?
Yeah, sadly.
That's not sad.
It's stressful. It's very stressful. Like at I'm 16, and at age 16, there's a lot of like pressure. Like, oh, what do you want to be for the rest of your life?
Oh yeah, for
And I'm
sure.
like, oh, I don't know. One day I'll be like, oh, I really like carpentry, and then like I don't know. And then somebody's like, oh, okay, well you're gonna be a carpenter when you grow up, and you're like, I don't know. My interests will probably change in 5 years.
For sure.
Well, it's always okay. It's always okay. Like change your what you do for a living. Like
I keep saying that with the like right now with podcasts and what YouTube offers, you can access a ton of information that didn't exist 10 years ago. And I say a lot of advice I give to people is like, well, out of high school, pick a trade that you think you might not hate.
Yeah.
Just so you create a skill set that is valuable always, you know? Like if you know how to do just like, you know, whether it was carpentry or electrician or whatever, cooking, whatever, just whatever it is, something that there's all these trades that no matter where you go in the world, you have something to offer, right?
Yeah.
And then once you're established, you can use like the podcast space to find other things. Well, maybe I might like medicine. Start listening to some medical podcasts and you're like, oh my God, I could not sit through, 8 lectures of this. No, and then you because you dive in on a school, you dump all this money into it, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't like this, and you switch majors, you're 20 grand, and the whole like the student debt in this country is, I think it's like $1.5 trillion. It's crazy. That's May's collective public debt. I think skateboarding really helps people when it comes to life. Like, I always make the same example. I say you take kid A, take kid A and kid B. At 15 years old or 14 years old, 12 years old, whatever, one of them you sending them to the skate park with a skateboard. The other one you just do whatever kids do, Fortnite or something.
Yeah.
Then they go through high school, so they don't work. Then it's like, all right, you're 18, Johnny boy. You got to get a job. And it's like, well, what kind of job can you get? Well, you don't have a skill set, so it's going to be like a mediocre job. You work at Bill Gray's or a supermarket. Which kid do you think is going to handle that job better?
Yeah.
The kid that skateboards and knows that you put in some hard work and you get paid off.
Definitely.
You know that when you land a trick, whether you land it or don't land it, you're going to be sore either way. You go to battle, try that trick 25 times, you get the payoff. They understand at the end of the day, you work for what you get, right?
yeah.
Versus Fortnite. You guys ever play Fortnite?
No.
I have a friend which I will not name, but he plays a lot of Fortnite, and then when he's done playing Fortnite, he watches other people play Fortnite on YouTube, and I was like,
My brother does that same thing.
I don't get it.
And it's
Why
so
Why?
irritating.
Why not just play it yourself? That's
right?
if you're
Why?
Gonna play it at all, like at least get better at
Doesn't
it.
make any sense. It's ridiculous. It's like I can understand skateboarding, and then when you're done skateboarding, watching people skateboard. With that analogy, you could almost be like, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he'll probably be like, if you ask that kid, he'll probably be like, oh, yeah, well, why do you watch videos of people skateboarding?
Because it's real.
Yeah.
It exists. It's tangible. Oh, jeez.
It's physically possible to do.
Fortnite's possible.
You try hard enough.
They come out of that plane bus thing, and they're falling with the... I don't know.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, didn't the kid that invented the floss dance sue Fortnite?
Yeah. And so
Crazy.
did Alfonso Ribeiro.
Who's that?
Like the Carlton guy.
Oh, really?
He was from Fresh Prince, I think.
Can you copyright a dance? What's your thoughts on that? Is that intellectual property?
I'm not positive.
You're not a copyright lawyer?
No. Not want to go in that field either. Like, I don't
Okay.
like... It's just like back with the jobs. Like, for me, I don't want to, like, be in a place where I can, like, also benefit somebody else, but, like, at the same time, like, ruin someone's life, like a lawyer.
Yeah. Same thing with medicine, though.
Yeah.
But the mistakes in the medical field could be very costly.
Yeah.
But the payout is much more, you know?
Any inclination for a particular field in the medical industry?
Yeah, I really like, I don't know. I'm like between a few things, right? I really like optometry, like eye stuff. I find that really interesting because I can't see that well, so I've had to go to the optometrist my whole life, so I've gotten used to that. So I really like that.
I see.
Also, I've had a lot of experience with like stuff with like psychiatry doctors and stuff, and I think that could be interesting too. Like
I
as
love
a
psychology.
psychiatrist and stuff like that, helping kids with mental health issues. So.
Do you think when you go to eye school, you have trouble getting along with your pupils?
Not really. I hope not. Oh, is Aaliyah mad at me?
No.
It was a joke. Pupils?
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's
I'm
why I
just
gotta
like
go to the straightforward field. I
trying
can't.
not
I
to
can't get
that
jokes.
hard.
All right, on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up right there. We got, ladies' nights. We got a half hour till ladies' night stops. I gotta close up all the podcast equipment. I'm going to have to take a picture for the podcast. How'd you feel? How you feel like that went?
Okay.
Pretty good.
It's fun, right?
Still shaking.
Yeah.
I just think like I'm pretty cold. So
Yeah, it's really cold in here.
Yeah, I would have turned the heat on, but it would pick up on the microphones. And
Yeah.
not to say there wasn't a bunch of stuff already picking up on the microphones, but we'll see how it goes. When I get it on the computer, I doubt it'll be unusable. It'll be
Pretty sure.
usable, but people will comment like, God, who's skating? So loud.
like nobody will recognize me that watches this.
Nah, you guys are like famous.
Who is that little girl?
Yeah.
Dude, you were on the dance cam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That.
That's awesome. All right, well, to everyone listening, and thanks for checking it out.
I don't
Let us know
blow kisses.
how you feel about this one. This is pretty exciting in the skate park.
Fun.
I feel like we should do more on location podcasts.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know
It's
how the
the
camera
show.
will go, but like I feel like it really needs
Yeah.
to be. Hi.
Hi, Josh.
We made eye contact, but
Oh
then
God. All right, well, we're gonna sign it off here. It was great talking to you guys. Maybe we'll have you again sometime. You know the deal. To all the viewers out there, listeners out there, what we do. We're actually at the skate park, and this is where people walk the walk. This is the podcast where we talk the talk, and either way, you guys got to shred the gnar, whether you're an ophthalmologist or a dancer or a skateboarder. So, thanks for checking it out, guys. We gotta get that selfie.